$800 to $1,000 a month. Now that for us is the lowest we can go comfortably at this point. And now when I go to the grocery store, I'm not buying full amounts of food anymore. In other words, I'm only buying little bits of food to help with meals with the food that I have. So if I see great deals, I'm not buying a whole cart full of certain foods to stock up. I am not stocking up like I did. That's one of the ways that I learned to save money, is I love to stock up, but right now it's in the use up time in my life. And that's what makes it really nice, is because if you have 10 years of stocking up and you're not using that food, then all of a sudden you have all this food and you don't know what to do with it, and it starts to get old on you. So that's the biggest way that I'm saving money, is you're going to be seeing little grocery hauls with what I do with what I have. Cheap meals. Cheap meal Monday, crock pot Wednesdays. My meals are cheap. We may eat some hot dogs for some meals, and using it from pennies from heaven. That's what we had growing up. So it's hot dogs and a tomato. It's a sweet and sour sauce. But when I mean hot dogs, I don't mean like chicken hot dogs. I mean like the kosher hot dogs. Normally they're very expensive, but at the discount grocery store, I can get them pretty cheap. We may have that for a meal. We do not eat meat at every meal. So that's one of the ways that we're really saving a lot of money, is my husband is a meat eater. Now we still have some deer meat. Mostly the deer meat we have now is, we have a lot of the summer sausage. So we have the deer meat in that. And so I'm gonna start using up some of that sausage that is deer meat. That's one of the big ways that we are saving money, is using what I have. The food that you would see me do big hauls of, the food that was given away for free, that is pretty much all consumed by now. We do have a little bit of here and there, which is such a blessing because I vacuum sealed it, so it can last a couple years in the freezer. So I'm still so thankful for that. Thankful for all my jams and jellies that I was able to make with raspberries, you know, fruit that was very expensive normally. So I was very thankful for that. And two and a half years later, I am still consuming that food, and what a blessing, because that food would have gone in the dumpster, which I've said many times. It was not food at a food bank, it was leftover food. So I'm really happy for all of that, and to be able to use that years later. Another thing is, I limit myself to one book a month online, and it's usually a $3.99 to $4.99 book. And if I see any books at the thrift store, I will pick them up if I like them. Just recently I did a thrift store haul, and I had this book for $1.50. I love my books. That's my entertainment, and that's how I learn, and that is how I really enjoy spending my extra time at home. You know, we don't go on vacations, and I say that all the time. We don't need to, and we don't want to, because we're busy here. My husband, as I explained in previous videos, he is not mulching as much, so we have half the mulch. He put that all in grass. So you can see the line there, that was all mulch, now that's in grass. He did that all throughout the property. That means we won't have to spend money on mulch. I discontinued some programs that I use for making YouTube videos. My YouTube videos are going to be like that. They're going to be to the point, what they are, and there's not going to be a lot of fluff in them, because I don't need those programs anymore. That's just an expense. So like every business, if you have a business expense and you see it's not working out, it would be foolish to keep using those expenses, because you're not getting any return on it. And I'm not getting any return on it. So I don't need to be Homestead Tessie's movie productions, because I don't get return on it. I'm not getting extra views because of it. So bye-bye, it went. Using up the solar as much as we can. The solar is a little bit of a hassle for us, because we have to exchange batteries every day. You know, when the battery runs out, are we just going to plug it into the wall and use electricity? Or are we going to go and physically come out here, get another battery, put it back in, and do all of that, which is very time consuming, but it saves you money. Everything I do is time consuming, but it saves money. So those are big ways that we are saving money. Now, Using what I have, using up what I have, and not buying new. Going through the inventory of everything that I own, and if I have a day that I feel like I want to be creative, what do I already have? You know, if I see something on Pinterest that looks like a fun project, instead of going out and buying all the things that I need, even if it's a Dollar Tree, let me tell you what, $1.25 adds up. So I don't go to the Dollar Tree unless it's like maybe once a month or once in a while like that. So I look in my own home. Go back to how I used to be, where I would take broken crayons and I'd make candles with them. So many times we don't need all of this extremely expensive stuff to have fun and to be creative. So that is what I am doing. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Preparing for the worst. Always for me, I'm preparing for the worst, but not in a doomsday attitude like, oh, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. Prepare for the worst in a way that gives you more creativity. The less clothing that I have, the less food that I have, the more creative I become. What are you doing right now to lower your expenses? Not necessarily to save money. I'm lowering my expenses not to save money right now. I'm lowering my expenses to survive right now. And what are you doing that you have to do now that you didn't have to do before? We have a treasure trove of people that are older than me and younger than me, but if you could just share with everyone in the comments, if you can. Did you know 42% of the people who watch my videos watch me on a TV, and I don't think you can comment on a TV? Let me know. I have no idea. So 42% of the people do not see my description box. 42% of the people do not see comments on a TV that I'm aware of. I know nothing about it. So maybe you can let me know if that's true. And the 30% are on phones. I don't have a cell phone. Personally, I don't watch a TV personally. I have an old laptop, and I just assumed when I first started my YouTube channel, everybody was on a laptop. And on a laptop, you can see everything. You can see comments, you can see description boxes. People ask me all the time, well, I don't know what you're pointing at when I'm pointing here, here, here. They don't see anything. And so that is, okay, I have another question. I really want to know this. On a TV, do you get any ads? I don't think there's ads on a TV either. So that can explain why revenue is so bad, because I don't think there's ads on TV unless there is. Please let me know. I don't know any of this. Do you ever see an ad? Can you see comments when you're on a TV? Can you even comment? That would be so interesting to know. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.